From stadium power outages that halted the action to a hilarious incident where two players' helmets got stuck together. In the time when fans were showered in sewer water, the NFL has seen its fair share of blunders, and believe me, that last one wasn't as black and white as you think. Let's kick it off with the time Justin Timberlake's mic gave up on him. Back in 2004, during their halftime performance, things took an unexpected turn when Timberlake and Janet had a wardrobe malfunction on live TV. People went crazy, debating about censorship and regulations for live broadcasts. It was a total frenzy. But while he was busy rocking and entertaining the crowd, someone seemed to have completely missed the mark on his sound mix. Fans were quick to take to Twitter to express their frustration because, let me tell you, Timberlake's vocals were a complete mess. It's like his voice was muted or something, drowned out by the overpowering backup vocals and instrumentals. There were even moments when it felt like his vocals disappeared altogether. Can you imagine? Despite his energetic and enthusiastic performance, the muddy audio just completely ruined the experience for some people, and who can blame them? Good sound quality is crucial for enjoying a live show like that. But not all malfunctions are as harmless as this one. Some even disrupt the game, such as the time the power went out. Let's talk about Super Bowl 47. The game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens was absolutely unforgettable. But you know what stole the show? The stadium malfunctions, my friend. Right in the middle of the second half, the Dome in New Orleans decided to go on strike and lost power. Can you believe it? The game had to come to a screeching halt. And get this, the 49ers were actually making a comeback drive despite being down 28-6. Now that's bad timing. So there was this long, awkward break that lasted over half an hour. The players had to stretch to stay warm on the field while everyone figured out how to fix the power issue. And let me tell you, it was not a quick process to light up the dome again. Meanwhile, the poor audience had to endure commentary from folks like Steve Tasker, Soma Wilcots, and also Shannon Sharp. I mean, they're great commentators and all, but sitting there listening to them for that long wasn't exactly the highlight of the game. Eventually, they managed to get things back on track, but the whole ordeal left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. And this isn't even the first time something like this has happened. There was a similar lights out situation in 2011 too. Just before kickoff in the 49ers and Pittsburgh Steelers game, there was a sudden power outage that caused a delay. But that wasn't the end of it. Oh no. In the second quarter, another delay hit, briefly interrupting the game once again. It was like the stadium had a mind of its own, causing all sorts of unexpected disruptions. Now, here's the crazy part. Despite all the delays, the San Francisco 49ers didn't let it hinder their performance one bit. They came out swinging and delivering a whopping 20-3 victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's like the delays only fueled their fire and made them even more determined to dominate the game. But the delays don't always help out. Sometimes they can be a real pain, like in the Jets vs. Bills game when the Skycam cable snapped. During a game at MetLife Stadium, an unexpected delay occurred when the Skycam malfunctioned. In the third quarter of the New York Jets' 20-17 victory over the Buffalo Bills, a cable broke, causing the camera to stop working. It hung precariously facing downward near the 50-yard line. After about 10 minutes, play resumed as the camera was officially ruled out and removed. Unfortunately for the Jets, the timing couldn't have been worse. Just after the delay, Bills linebacker Von Miller sacked Jets quarterback Zach Wilson, resulting in a fumble and ending their promising drive. However, the Jets rebounded swiftly. They intercepted Bills quarterback Josh Allen on the following plays, leading to a touchdown pass to James Robinson. In the end, the Jets held off the Bills, securing a 3-point victory. Quarterback Zach Wilson had a solid game, while the Bills' Allen struggled with 2 interceptions. Then there was the time the grounds crew got a little too excited and kinda overwatered the field. Did you catch that epic Super Bowl showdown between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs? It was seriously one for the books, but you know there was this one big issue that couldn't go unnoticed. The field conditions were pretty poor, and it definitely had an impact on the game. Believe it or not, there's a reason behind those field problems that's got NFL fans all riled up. This guy named George Toma, who used to be an NFL groundskeeper, spilled the beans during an interview with ESPN's John Weinfuss. And let me tell you, he didn't hold back at all when it came to expressing his frustration with the NFL. He went ahead and threw Ed Mangan, the NFL director, right under the bus, blaming him for overwatering the field. Toma used some colorful language to describe Mangan's mistakes, and he made it pretty clear that Mangan can't get away with doing that. According to Toma, Mangan would soak the field like crazy and just plop it down in the stadium, never giving it a chance to see sunlight again. And that, my friend, is a recipe for disaster. It's no wonder Toma's so upset about it. What's hilarious is that this isn't the first time they messed up like this. Earlier, they blamed Rihanna's rehearsal on a blunder that was also the crew's fault. So initially, rehearsals for Rihanna's halftime show were blamed for the problems, but guess what? It turns out that our friend Mangan might have had a hand in that too. According to Toma, a tarp was placed over the field to protect it during the pre-game rehearsals, and that ended up causing some serious damage. The field started to decay, and brace yourselves, it even started giving off a rotten smell. Yikes. Now here's the real kicker. Toma, who's clearly fed up with all these blunders, revealed that this is going to be his last Super Bowl. He's completely done with the NFL after witnessing these crucial mistakes. He made it crystal clear, saying, "Me and the league are finished. They can't tell me what to do anymore. We're done." It's pretty obvious that Toma feels that he didn't have final say in handling the field, which he believes is the root cause of all these issues. Now, if you want more insider info like this, I suggest you go ahead and subscribe right now. And now, back to football. There was also the time the officials denied entry to 850, yes, you heard that right, 850 fans because of too much equipment. Things got pretty heated outside the Cowboys Stadium during Super Bowl 14. Angry fans were gathered outside the stadium fence chanting phrases like "Let us in," "Jerry sucks," and "We want seats." They were being denied access to the stadium and their frustration was palpable. The league didn't provide many details about the problem, only stating that several sections were deemed unusable. However, according to fan Amantha Saldana from San Antonio, they were told that there was some kind of obstruction blocking their seats. Can you imagine the disappointment and anger they must have felt? According from reports from the Associated Press, it seems that the issue stemmed from temporary seats that were installed in 6 sections. Unfortunately, these seats were put up so late that the fire marshal didn't have enough time to inspect them properly. And guess what caused the delay? The winter storms that hit Dallas earlier had impacted the progress of the temporary seating construction. And while these were a little hard to digest, some malfunctions are just too hilarious, like the time 2 helmets of opponent teams stuck together. Back in 2017, the Falcons and Patriots were facing off in what would have been one of the most memorable Super Bowls, but let me tell you, the game wasn't as close as it would eventually become. In fact, the Falcons were leading 28-3 late in the third quarter. However, amidst all the intensity, something pretty unusual happened. Dwight Freeney, a player from the Falcons, and Martellus Bennett representing the Patriots had their helmets stick together. Can you imagine? It was a moment of pure helmet confusion. They had to take off their helmets simultaneously to get them dislodged. They managed to finish off that drive and score, narrowing the gap to a 28-9 game after a missed extra point. The comeback was slowly starting to take shape and the tension was building up. Little did everyone know that the real drama was yet to come in the final stretch of the game, but hey, at least we got this quirky moment of helmet entanglement to remember from that epic showdown. And while this next one doesn't really count as an equipment malfunction, it was still a blunder that will be remembered forever. You guessed it, I'm talking about the Janet Jackson mess-up. It was Super Bowl 38 in 2004 and Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake are rocking the halftime show together, but oh boy, get ready for a surprising twist. While Justin Timberlake was doing his cool moves, he tried to pull off part of Janet Jackson's outfit, but whoopsie daisy, it didn't quite go as planned and he ended up revealing more than they expected. Believe me when I say, that wardrobe malfunction caused quite a commotion. Wowzers, folks were really surprised, and they found all kinds of emotions like shock and even a little bit of anger. This incident became a big deal because, you know, the Super Bowl is watched by millions of people around the world. Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake had to do some serious damage control after that. They both apologized and explained that it was a total accident. They wanted everyone to know that they didn't mean for it to happen. This happened in Washington's season-opening game against the Chargers that left everyone quite puzzled. Despite their 20-16 loss, something else caught the attention of spectators. Out of nowhere, water started pouring down into the lower concourse, drenching fans and creating quite a commotion. Some fans even speculated that it was a sewage leak, causing a real stir among the crowd. Imagine the surprise and discomfort. The situation prompted Michael Phillips, a journalist from the Richmond Times-Dispatch, to investigate further. He found a split opinion among fans, with some believing it was sewage while others thought it was just water. The mystery deepened. Fortunately, FedEx Field, which opened in 1997, came forward to clarify the situation. They assured everyone that the spill was, in fact, rainwater and not sewage. To ensure the fans' comfort, they were relocated to luxury suites for the rest of the game. However, doubts still lingered in some minds, and many even called the whole incident to be downright disrespectful to the fans. If these stories held you on the edge of your seat, the closest NFL game winners will make you downright fall off of it. Check out the video right here.